How you doing? It's Justin. This video is going to be called "Talking dot 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 with ETs and Spirit." This is just past experiences as well as the previous video I did, but also talking with the ETs. We're always doing that, actually. Well, people involved anyway. The ETs will come to you and talk to you. So I've talked to a lot of the ETs here. I've talked to the Drock, number one. The Drock race, which is the oldest race and the most powerful race. They're serious. You know, they don't mess around. The leader of the Drock race, okay, his name is Draku. He's sourced inside. He's a source member. Jay actually talks about him just a little bit, but not too much. They're the protectors of the planet. They protect all the ETs and anything that comes in and out of dimensions and stuff. Okay. There's another Drock member that I've been talking to a little bit. His name is Draco. It's weird. A lot of the Drock's names start with the D's, like Draco, Draku, you know. That's pretty much the only two that I've really talked to personally on like a conversation basis. Not just like not just a couple words or whatever, like an actual conversation and stuff. Draco, how he relates to me is a grandfather type figure for me. It is what it is. Like I said in the previous video, excuse me, I'm fame in essence with angel energy. Excuse me, but hold on. Well, what I was saying was, I know I said I was fame in essence with angel energy, which makes me an essential. That's actually not totally accurate. I've known this. I was hesitant to say in the previous video with the past experiences and understanding, because the people that are involved here doing the metaphysical stuff, awakening and helping people and just becoming themselves, probably won't understand this. Actually, this doesn't mean I know everything. This just means this is what I've been told and this is what I see. I'm all of the essences. Okay, I'm Fae, I'm human. I'm more human though. That was correct. So I'm human, Fae, angel, and animal. I'm also animal essence. That's hard to believe, okay? Because what the information has been told through Jay in the books. But I'm 10%. I'm the lowest percentage of animal essence. I'm 10%. So if you're 10% of something, you know, you have it, right? You have to be 10% of something to even have it. So that's a true statement. That's true. Like I said in the past video with past experiences and understanding, animal essence energy, almost all of animal essence energy, okay, will look like a sphere. And remember, the outer edge of the sphere is darker on the outer edge. It's darker, like an outline of it. And then when you come in, it's almost like I said lightning and blue light. It does look like that, but me looking at it more now, it's like white fire in the middle, but it's not fire looking, sort of, but it's like that in the center of it. It's scolding looking white fire. Kind of hard to explain, really, but with blue, a little bit of blue in it. Okay. It is what it is. You know. Just a second. Okay. I'm doing videos on my phone here, so it's going to be a little bit more clear, which is great. And also I can see myself in the videos. I turned it the other way within the camera part. So this is pretty neat. Gives me a different view, I guess, so I can see myself and check out my bald hair. Well, not bald, but I shaved it all off. I like to do that from time to time. Because I don't got too much money, so I can't really afford a haircut. I do have some, but well, anyway. That's another thing. A lot of these people that are involved with this stuff don't have too much money. That was on purpose. So they couldn't explore all the avenues that the money offered, and so they couldn't touch as many people as they needed to. All that's done from the second dimension on purpose. But that's being stopped. That's being stopped. You got spirit over there that cares for creation, like the protector, and Lily, and all the beings that care over there. The animal essence. Those beings are the animal essence beings are the new creation sentinels, so to speak. Oh, excuse me. They're going to be overseeing things, and then letting the protector, which is Era, letting him know, what's going on and who's this and who's being like this and who's not, and all that kind of stuff. They're just there to watch and protect spirit. That's what they want to do. So that's what they're going to do. They're very, very old. It's essence, so it's super old. They're actually the oldest essence that's here. Now they come from source, but they're one of the first ones to have start having physical lives and bodies. Not the completely first ones. That was Era and Lily. That's the first ones. Those two beings, just those two, and then they had the animal essence come in. Okay, so get back to talking with the ETs and just spirit. So I talked to the Drakh race, like I said. I've talked to the Sepoians. Okay, Serene. She's precious. She's something else. I like her a lot. They're called the Sepoians. They look like the Greys, is what us humans try to deem them as. Greys. They look like that. Okay. We've been talking with Serene. She's a Sepoian. She's female, and she's a friend. Apparently, I've known, she was a real close friend of mine back in a previous life that I've had. That was a Sepoian body. Actually, it was Sepoian mixed with Anunnaki reptilian DNA. Is that right? I was a mix of Sepoian and Anunnaki, I think. And my name in that life, this is a long time ago, and my name in that life was Ragu. Okay. Apparently, apparently in that life, every time I talk to spirit out of body, they come to me, or they know me. They call me Mafumu. That's my spirit name. And they bring up Raku, especially the Drak race has brought that up. And then the Sepoians as well, because I was a Sepoian. And they always say I was a legend in that life. It was a legendary type life. But I don't. That's awesome to say that to me. I'm not fully aware of that. I can see the image of the Sepoian. That's me in the body. I can see that image, but I don't. But I haven't. I haven't really looked into it. But I do know that I was a Sepoian. I do know that. Well, actually, when I first figured that out, really, to be honest with you, was when I was in 2011, when I was starting to wake up. I mean, I was pretty much trying to wake up all my life, but that image was shown to me. It was shown to me from Era. That's who showed it to me. And he was also saying, I'm cleaning this shit up. These people are gonna go, and I'm talking with him, and I'm being aggressive. I'm like, yeah, these people need to go, man. This is in 2011. These people need to go. They can't be doing this crap. They can't be getting away with this stuff. They gotta be suffering some consequences. And he's like, yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna get them. That's what he was saying. This was in 2011, and so I got an image. It was actually an image of a person on top of a hill, like a mountain. Okay. And he was wearing a scarf, real buff guy. But this was the physical image of what was being projected. But when you look into the image, it was actually Sepoian. It was me as a Sepoian body. Okay, red eyes. And so the image of the image was, it was funny. It was definitely wasn't human looking, but it was at the same time. It had like a scarf, like Dragon Ball Z clothes. I go back to Dragon Ball Z because I used to watch Dragon Ball Z all the time when I was younger, when it first started. I used to watch it constantly. And it looked kind of like that, but, just a powerful figure is what the image was. Just a powerful figure, really powerful in that image. When you come look at it further, it's actually Sepoian. And it is Ragu. That's the name. So there's another race that I've been talking to. I've talked to the Illyrians. They're a little bit taller than the Sepoians, okay? They look a little bit different than the Greys, than the Sepoians. Rightfully so. It's Sepoians. That's their name. That's where they come. They come from the planet Serpo. That's why they're called Sepoians. That's the reason. It's not just a made-up name. So the Illyrians I've talked to, they look different. They're taller, they're skinnier. They're about the same skinny size. I mean, but they do kind of look like a taller Sepoian, but a little different. They're here for the plants, to help us out with the plant life, and in the food and stuff like that for the plants and horticulture stuff, just to help us out, because we don't know. We don't know. I mean, like, we mess around with the planet and everything in it and destroy it. It's horrible. But that was done. That was done by the Anunnaki reptilians. I've talked to them as well. They are a little bit more aggressive, but JC, she's precious. Here, let me show you. Here, JC, let me show you. Here, let me see it. Okay, there she is. Okay, you're being aggressive. Look right here. Look right here. Look, there she is. That's JC. Getting hair all over me. Anyway, yeah, I've talked to the Anunnaki reptilians. They're a little bit more aggressive, but that's what it is. You know, ain't nothing against them. The way the planet is, the way the planet has been, and the system that we live in and go through, was done through the second dimension, to the original first being, male and female, and they used some of these reptilian beings, Anunnaki reptilian beings, that they didn't, you know, that they didn't care. They just wanted greed and everything to worship them and just run everything. They used them to implement the system on this planet. They're the Anunnaki reptilian beings. They're like 9 feet, 10 feet tall. They look reptilian as hell. But strong, really buff and strong. You're really tall, big, and strong. Okay, I talked to them. There's a person this is funny. I was in Walmart getting some food and stuff, and I was walking out. Okay, Walmart's a good place to go and film people and see their colors and their auras and who's on them, you know, and who's nasty and who's not. A lot of times the nasty people you can feel more, because they just can. But which they'll be they'll be darker, like a darker gray. Excuse me. But as I was leaving Walmart, right, there was a woman walking into Walmart. And I'm walking out, doors, and so we're doing this little dance thing, right? Trying not to avoid each other. And she was a woman. She's a black skinned woman, so she's black. Nothing against black people. This is what they are. I got black skin. There's been, you know, we've had spirit. We go into a body. We're not bodies. We have a body, but we're not bodies. Okay? We've been all types of skin colors. That doesn't mean anything. That's another way to separate and divide the people on the planet. That was for a reason. Now, black people, to be honest with you, black skinned people, they, you know, I'll get back to the Walmart thing in a minute. They've been pushed hard. You know, they've been used as scapegoats for all the crap that goes on. You know, these people, usually when you look into a person that has black skin, remember, they're spirit. They're not, you know, I'm really basically saying that to myself. They're not, don't worry about the skin color. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything to nothing. There's spirit inside that body having a life. Just trying to work through this crappy system that's on this earth right now, as of right now. That will be changed. But what was I saying? So I'm walking out to Walmart, right, and we're doing this little dance, and she's source inside, and you could see it because I could see the black coming off of her, and also she had an Anunnaki reptilian being with her, okay, and the Anunnaki reptilian being noticed me, noticed my spirit, and noticed who I was inside. We'll leave it at that. There's more to say there. We'll leave it at that though. But So he came up and talked to me as I was leaving. As I was walking out to the car, right? And she's inside, and she's got a lot of red coming off her and black as well. She was great, and he noticed me and he was walking with me to the car. Now at the time I had drop protection at the time. Okay, like I said, the drop race means a lot to who I am. So a drop was put onto me to protect me at the time, and this was like a month ago, not too long ago, really. And so they were talking with each other, right? And the Anunnaki dude, his name is Anaku. That's his name. They always have the same close name to the race. It's weird. A lot of them do that. It's Anaku. That's his name. So it was funny. I was sitting in the car, right? I get in. He sits in the passenger seat, right? His head's back outside the roof, damn near. He's kind of leaning down a little bit. He's probably 9 feet, 8 foot tall. And the Draku, he's sitting in the back seat. This is energy, and I'm seeing it, right? And his head is way out above the ceiling. It's insane. I'm laughing. I'm like, look at Draku. Look how huge he is, you know. And that was funny. And so we drive home. I'm driving home, and he's still in the car. And when I get home, he's with me still, and Naku, and he decides to put some of his DNA into my DNA. So the Drak. Well, the Drak did the same thing, but that was before. But I'll say that in a minute. So Anaku, he puts some of his Anunnaki reptilian DNA inside my DNA, combines it. It's at the bottom. It's on the left side here. It's at the bottom. Some of it's at the bottom. You can tell because it looks greenish with reptilian scales. And then, so that happened. So then he goes back to the source person, and then the Drak, they put DNA before this, actually. They put some of their DNA, it's actually at the top. Excuse me, they put some of their DNA in my DNA as well. So I've got 2 of those DNA mixed in with the human DNA. I also got more than that. Now let's get on to the Nantids. The Nantids. The ant beings. Though they don't really look antish. They do. But they look more praying mantis. Antish. More praying mantis. Their hands are praying mantis hands. It's weird. It's awesome. But I have some of their DNA in there as well. And her name, she has a long name. That is a female that did this. Her name is, she said it's too long for me to even get it. So she said, I referred to, let's just call you Nanta. Nanta. You know, I got that from, you know how Spanish, they go O and A for male and female. For O for the male and A for the, the female at the end of a word or something sometimes. So I just said, okay, let's just call you Nanta, and she loved it. So that's what I call her. She put some Nantid's DNA as well. It goes Drak, Nanta. Okay, it's on the left side, the DNA strand, and then there's human, and then there's the Anunnaki DNA down here. So there's 3 different DNAs, or 4 for the human DNA. I've also talked to the Zetas, the little dudes, the Zetas. Just a little brief interaction. That's all. Pretty much, nothing wrong with them. Just It is what it is. Just a second. Okay. So what was I talking about? I go to the bathroom. I was talking about Zeta. That's where I ended up, right? Okay. Zeta Reticuli is their full name. What else? Talking with spirit. Well, I've been talking to quite a bit actually. She's a friend. She is an elemental dragon. Her name is Lene. She's the dragon of the wind. Okay, she's an elemental dragon. So there's water. Okay, there's a water dragon. I'll tell you their names in a minute. There's fire elemental dragon. Okay, there's wind, Lene. Oh, excuse me. I just got done eating, so I probably should not eat and then do a video, but anyway. So what I got the water, fire, wind, the earth dragon. Okay, the earth dragon, ground. And then, am I missing? Yeah. The dragon, the protection of life. Jay calls him the pin dragon. He wants to be called. LD. That's just short for life dragon. That's what that is. That's what me and him had a little deal on. Well, what happened was I was talking to him. He's huge. He's freaking huge, and dragon, and he came to me as Pendragon. He's the protector of life on the planet, and he's actually a protector of all the dragons. So he's huge and strong, but his name's Pendragon. I'm like, well, you like that? And he had a feeling of he didn't like the name, like he wanted a different name, and so I was like, what about LD, Life Dragon? Just shorten it LD. And so he said, yeah, that's fine. He liked it. He's okay with that. So then I tried to go, what about El Diablo? He's like, nah. Well, anyway, so there's Lene with the wind. Okay, that's a lot. She's a close friend. She's great. There's Ulysses. That's the water. Ulysses is the water. Ulysses. Isn't that funny? Water. He's the water. That's the name of the water. He's male. Lene's female. And the earth dragon's name is Mary. Mary is her name. Of the ground. She's sweet. A little shy, but she's sweet. I'm shy. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything. And then the fire, which is Charizard. That's the name. That might not be his real name, but that's what he wants to go by. It's Charizard. He's crazy. Crazy in a good way. He's like, kind of reminds me of me. He's just like, he's a go-getter. He's a not goofball. He likes to play around, and so does Lene. Lene's awesome as well. They all are awesome, But, excuse me. So that's all the dragons, the elemental dragons that I've talked to. Let's see. I've talked to Drax. He is Animal Essence. He is the strongest of the Animal Essence. His name is Drax. He just got done from life here as a chow. He was a black chow dog. Very powerful. He's, like I said, he's the strongest animal essence. So huge, very powerful. His energy looks exactly like the way I describe it. It's a outer ring. It's very dark. It's big too, and it's huge. It's huge. It's very, very strong. He's very strong. His name is Drax. I was talking to him for like a week as well. They refer to me as Mafumu. That's my spirit name. So that's how that's what, say, hey, Mafumu. That's what is in my head. Mafumu, So that's what that is. When I came out, when I was released, I don't think I've said this. Maybe I have. When I was released from the original first being, right? I kept most of the power when I split. Most of the fortitude and power, and I kept it. Okay, so here's the sphere, right? Here's the sphere of essence. It's essence, and it's all of them. Okay, and like I said, it's got the same look to it. It's got the outer rings, dark, and the little white fire in between. So once it's separated, okay, here's another orb over here, and here's another orb. I went to the left. She went to the right. My spirit mate is actually living in a body on this earth. She lives in Louisiana. I've talked to her, but she has a family. She has a little girl. She a little girl, and she has another one on the way. So that baby is gonna be powerful. Oh geez, that baby has been cranked up. It has a lot of love, that's for sure. And their whole family got cranked up. She's coming to me. Her spirit's coming to me. Talking here in the last month. A lot of stuff has been happening this last month. So she's been coming to me, and I've been coming to her, stuff, and talking, and so she got cranked up through the protector, and then as well as I did. So I have source in me now. But that's cool, That's neat how I have a spirit mate that's actually living in this planet, on this planet. And I've talked to him. It's hard to, you want to be with him, with her, but it's not the case. It is what it is. But she has a family, so